What up, folks? Graphics Rogue here, and I am here with another Rome 2 online battle. I am playing as Sparta, and my enemy is a viewer who wanted to play a battle with me. I thought that was pretty cool. He is playing as Macedon. I'm been testing Sparta more and more recently, playing more and more battles with them, and I suppose they're not as useless. I mean, especially now, ever since their hoplites have been buffed, and we got the Cretians and Rhodians and Gorgos. They're not as useless as I thought they were. They can be a useful faction. You can win with them against an opponent who knows what he's doing, and I'm starting to believe that more and more now. They do have the best hoplites, and they have the most cost-effective pikes. From what I see, I'm pretty sure they are the most, or one of the most cost-effective pikes at least. I don't think they're the best pikes though. And of course they have the Cretan archers. Cretan archers, which I brought 4 of, and Rhodian slingers, which are both deadly units. And the Spartan hoplites can hold out a long time. Yeah, these are the Spartan hoplites. In this battle I brought 2 citizen cav, but they're not here to fight the enemy cavalry. No. The enemy brought a lot of cavalry. He brought a lot of sarissas and citizens. And what else? He's coming around my flanks hard. He's coming in with more citizens and some more sarissas. So 2 sarissas and 4 citizens. My cavalry are not there to fight cavalry. My cavalry are there to plug holes and maybe sneak in behind the line and get a smacking on the back of the units, or maybe the archers. So my enemies get just poking and prodding. He's trying to see if I got any weaknesses. He's trying to see what I got going on. I'm laying down some Cretan fire on some of his missile units over here, so I killed a good amount of them. He tried to get into the gap here, but I got my citizen cav in the way. Now we're just surrounding them. I'm not sure if he meant to charge my citizens, but he basically got surrounded by my citizens, and I didn't let him get to my Cretans. He tried to maybe get into the gap here, but I got my Spartan hoplites to come in and stop him from making any advances. So that's 1 sarissa cav out of the way. That's 1 destroyed, and I don't have to deal with them. So 1 cav down, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to go. And as you noticed, he's not engaging. He's maneuvering his troops a lot. He's hiding them in the forest a little bit, but he is not moving out. He does not want to engage my pikes, my long line of pikes here, because he knows that just fighting the Spartan pikes from the front will mean death. So I'm starting to try to maneuver my Cretans in a better way, because I know his infantry aren't coming near. So I'm going to turn them around and try to get as many shots off on his cavalry as I possibly can. See if I can kill as many of these guys. Because I know if I can just kill these cavalry, it'll be a lot easier, because he has a few number of infantry units. He has a lot of missile units and a few thorax swordsmen. But the cavalry is the big punch for his army here. So I'm trying to kill as many of his cav as I can, but he sees this and he's pulling out. I'm maneuvering my hoplites and my pikes a lot, and he sees that he keeps prodding my positions, but he sees there's no getting into this box here. There's no getting into this defensive box, so he retreats his cavalry to the far back, and I see this. So I decide to start moving up my infantry box, my pike box. Try to move it up to the foresty area, because I know this is the main force of his army over here in this foresty area. So I want to try to engage him, but he's backing up. He does not want to engage my pikes. He knows that is not a good idea. So as I move my infantry box forward to try to engage his infantry moves back, and his cavalry moves forward to try to. His cavalry shadowing my army's movements. They're just waiting eagerly and with a dripping, drooling mouth, looking for any kind of gaps to try to get in and smack my Cretans. Because he knows if he can take my Cretans out, that will definitely even the score for him. If he can take my Cretans out, he can just bring his missile units over and just melt my pikemen. And that's his plan. Yeah, we'll just keep moving. A lot of this beginning part of this battle is a lot of maneuvering. He tried to do a lot of poking and prodding earlier, but he realized he couldn't get through my defenses, so he pulled back. And now he's just waiting for an opportune moment. I'm pulling ahead trying to engage his infantry, while he pulls back and pulls forward. He's just trying to look for the most opportune moment. He's not trying to get his cavalry killed on the hoplites. And he's doing a pretty damn good job of it. Is he charging in with this? I think he's trying to charge in. No. Thought he was trying to charge into my unbraced infantry over here. No, he's pulling back. He's trying to charge and pull back. I think he's trying to bait me. I think maybe he's trying to bait my infantry to go and attack him, so I have gaps in my box. But I didn't fall for that, so I'm just taking shots at him with my Cretians now, as many as I can. But that's also draining my missiles. It's draining my arrows, taking the shots taking all these shots at his cavalry. But I think it's worth it. If I can take out all his cavalry, I will have the infantry advantage. Then I could just surround with the cav I have left and the infantry I have left and surround him. You see here, splitting up some of his infantry units, splitting up another piece of his infantry along with his mercenary Cretan archers. He's got 3 of them, while I've got 4. That is a perfect thing you want to do when facing a pike box infantry like pike box formation like this. You want to split apart your army and surround it in different corners, because the pike box, it needs to stay together in order to be effective. I see what's going on here, so I'm taking the initiative. I don't want him to start surrounding me, so I'm going to send 4 of my pikes forward, try to engage these guys. I'm sending a lot of infantry forward to help deal with this fight, while I'm sending 3 pikes to maybe defend this area and keep this enemy army from getting around to smack into the backs of my pikes over here. And I don't know what he's doing over here. He's getting all kerfluffled. He's getting all kerfuffled over here. I'm trying to keep a nice uniformed box formation here, but we're getting a little stretched thin. He's trying to come around. He's trying to see the gaps. He's trying to get into places, but I keep trying to reposition myself to make sure he doesn't get into my box. Basically, people say they can win these battles with Sparta without pike boxing. I don't see how it's against a player who knows what he's doing. I don't see how it's possible to win without a pike box against a good player in like a tournament who knows what he's doing. You need to pike box. You can't just be defensive in pike box. No, that's not going to win you the battle. You need to be offensive, but keep the pike box together like what I'm doing. So I'm moving ahead, trying to get closer to his infantry here, and he moved ahead a little bit, but now he's moving back. I'm getting a lot of shots on his thorax swordsman with my Cretians. We are carefully trying to maneuver all our guys back and forth, trying to keep our boxed formation in a good position. I'm trying to chase off his cavalry with some of my citizen cav because he was getting too close to my Cretians right there. But he goes away, so I pull back my citizens and I reform my infantry units. And these units, if these units can just get into, and I've already got, I'm not sure how that happened, but yeah, it must have been an accident. He must have been trying to get at some of my softer targets, and they got caught up on my pikes over here. If I can just get an engagement with his infantry, I can send my cavalry around, swoop around, and just smack them from behind, and that'll be it, hopefully, for the infantry on this part of the battlefield. But I'm moving ahead my forces here. We're getting pretty far from the defensive pike box here. That is not good. I'm trying to maneuver my citizen cav in a way where I can be ready to at a moment's notice to maybe strike at the backs of these infantry or maybe strike on the backs of these missile units. But he's maneuvering his cavalry around. He's getting ready to try to maybe make a strike at the back of my lines over here. But I'm trying to maneuver these hoplites over here to try to stop these cav from getting into to the backs of any of my pikes. But as we see over here, he has gotten into my pikes and my hoplites over here. He's gotten into the corners, and his royal peltis will knock my Spartan hoplites out if I don't be careful. We smacked into the backs of these royal peltis over here with this citizen cav, and we're smacking them with those Iroquois pikemen. We are losing some fights over here. We are losing the hoplites. We are getting See right here, our pike box, our pike formation has shattered. We split up in so many pieces, and he's smacking the backs of my lines. Now we snuck up on some of his cav units, and we routed some of his sarissas. We routed killed a lot of his cavalry over here. He's running his cavalry around. He's trying to think of what to do, and I'm gonna try to maybe surround these cavalry and just. I think I've got them in a running stance. Yeah, I got them running. I want to catch all these cavalry and just kill them. But we're starting to rout some of these guys, and we're getting some more of our guys routed. It's all over the place in this battle. But over here, we have finally caught up to their infantry units. We've caught up to all the thorax swordsmen and their their Cretians way in the back. We ran up on them with these citizen cav, but they're not killing the Cretians as quickly as I want them to, and now they're starting to get shots off of my citizen cav over here. I wanted to maneuver way back here, hopefully quickly knock out these Cretians, then smack into the backs of these units. I'm trying to maneuver in the backs of these units, try to take them out with my Peroquoi pikemen over here, but his cavalry just came right through and smacked my Cretians. Now they're smacking the backs of my Spartan pikemen. It is not going great over here. We're trying to maneuver some of these pikes in a way where we can catch these citizen cav and just make sure they don't cause me much trouble, because over here the battle is going a little better than it was. We have a lot of units routed, but we are starting to turn things around over here. He's got his citizen cav right on my Spartan pikemen over here, and also fighting my citizen cav over here. So that is not good for him. But he's surrounded my general unit. But these are Royal Spartans. They will last a long time, and I've got my Peroquoi pikemen on the backs of these Royal Peltists, and hopefully we can knock them out quickly, knock them out faster than they're being knocked out. And we're getting a lot of units routed here. We're trying to reposition some of our guys here. We're smacking into these thorax. We're trying to see if we can just surround these guys in different points, keep them from escaping. They're wavering over here, but they're not quite routing just yet. And over here, the Cretians, they beat back my citizen cav, and they're continuously being an annoyance. I haven't been able to kill them yet. They haven't been able to kill my Cretians yet. It looks like they killed one of my Cretan units, but I turned one of my Cretans around, see if I can just... these guys I think are out of ammo, so I charged them into these Cretans just so I can stop them from firing on me. But one of these thorax swordsmen are finally starting to break, and we're just getting the numbers advantage over here. We're going to surround them and see if we can just knock these thorax swordsmen out quick as possible. Well, over here we are doing pretty well in the battle. We have killed a lot of their units. Everything seems to be turning around a little bit. Not sure if I lost my general or not. I probably didn't. It's probably why I won the battle over here, because I didn't lose my general, but we're starting to surround some of these units. Yeah, I've got some citizen cav over here. We're gonna try to smack right into the backs of these Royal Peltists. Boom. They cannot take much more of this. Royal Peltists, one of the best infantry in the entire game, but they cannot take much more of this. One of their citizen cav now routes, completely surrounded these Royal Peltists. It is not going great for them, and we are surrounding more and more of their units over here. They started to lay down some fire arrows on us, but it hurt them more than it hurt us. Their fire arrows routed their units before it routed ours, and now we have plenty of units to just run down the rest of their Cretans. And they killed our Cretan archer unit over here, trying to disrupt their fire, but that's all I wanted them to do, disrupt their fire, and that's what we did. Oh, now they're getting barraged hard with those with the arrows from my Cretan archers, and they are wavering. They are not going to last long. The battle is won over here. Battle is won in the north, and the battle is won in the south. The Spartans have won a costly victory this day, my friends. And that is how you win a battle with Sparta against a skilled player who knows what he's doing. That was a great battle. Fine battle. Fine opponent. Zeal Fuzzy Bear. That was pretty damn good. Yeah. He did everything he was supposed to do. He just made a few mistakes, getting some of his guys caught up in a few areas it wasn't supposed to get caught up in. But I think he did, for the most part, everything he was supposed to do. But I wonder if in the end I just had numbers. Well, in the end, I have the holding power. My pikes and my hoplites can hold longer than his units. I had the holding power. I have pikes and spears, and he had a whole lot of cavalry. And but he maneuvered so well. He made sure not to get caught up on the front of my pike line. That was a very good idea. He did not get caught up in the front of that line. He did not get his Cretians. He made very careful not to get his Cretians killed easily. His Cretians didn't go down without a fight. He had so much cavalry. He maneuvered to different parts of the battlefield all over to try to sneak into different gaps in my pike formation. To try to sneak in, he smacked right into the backs of my Cretians. He killed a lot of my Cretians. Look at that unit. Did they even lose one single man? I don't think that Cretan archer unit lost a single man. They got 219 kills. Damn. Look at my pikes and my hoplites. They all got reasonable kills. They all got a decent amount of kills. You know, I expect the Spartan pikemen to get a little bit more than that, but these Paroikoi, they got around what I would expect them to get. My citizen cav and my royal peltas, they got a lot of kills. His citizen cav got a lot of kills over here, but he got his Sarissa. These guys didn't get a single kill before they were knocked out. His Sarissa weren't used to the best of their abilities. He got them killed too early. And that was a shame. Maybe if they had lasted a little longer, maybe things would have turned around for him. But these thorax swordsmen at the front of smacking in the front of my pikes, they're not going to last forever. And those royal peltists, they got a lot of kills. Probably the only reason he lasted so long was because he had so many royal peltists. And they got a lot of kills. 321, 331. Damn, that 141 for that one Cretan. That was a good battle. Well played. Well played by my opponent. Fine battle. So I guess you can win against a skilled opponent who knows what he's doing, but I don't see how you can do it without pike formation. People say you can. Against a skilled opponent in like a tournament setting, I don't see how you can, because they still have so few killing power. All they have is the Cretans and the Rhodians, but they have a lot of holding power, and that's what they have. That's what they have, and you have to use what they have to the best of their abilities. And the Spartans have a lot of holding power, and that's exactly what I did. I maneuvered my pike box. You can't just defensively pike box. I'll give that advice right now. Just defensively pike boxing is not going to win you the battle. You need to be offensive with your pike box. You need to keep moving your formation forward. Your pikes need to be in the faces of the enemy main line in order for your army to eventually win. You need to be in the face, and you need a lot of Cretans. You need a lot of Cretans dealing a lot of death. I am your graphics rogue. That was a fine battle, and I will see you next time. Peace.